Sachaqa Talk, Artist Residency in the Amazon Rainforest, Peru. Hi, I'm Trina Brammer, and with us here today is Elin, Glærum, Haugland. This is the second part of the podcast slideshow. We'll now talk a little bit more about Elin's work and the emotional world that's created the amazing videos and complex paintings that she is now creating. Hi Elin, can you just tell us a little bit more about your video work and let us into the process of how you've made them and what they mean to you? You know that I love your videos and I always have done.
Thank you, Trina. You know that means a lot to me, right? I have made more than 10 video works. When I was in the Amazon at Sachaqa the first time, I was working on a music video, and it was for a Norwegian singer called Kari Haug, and she had just released her album, and she let me choose whatever track from that album I wanted to make a video for. So I chose a track called We Were Closer to the End. And for me, that whole album, it has the same title as the song I chose. The whole album, it became like the soundtrack of my stay in the Amazon for the 2 months I was there. And for me, even though for Kari, I know the song means something different, but for me, the title and the text and everything, it became such a strong statement for what I felt about the situation with the Amazon jungle, that it's under such a big threat. And I felt big, because for me it's always about emotion and strong emotions, and often for the video works it's often strong, desperate emotions, and I'm using the video to express that emotion in metaphors or through movement. And because what I'm always interested in is like human presence in nature, and for me nature and the forest has always been like a safe place to go to, where there were nobody watching me, where I could be completely myself. So for me it's like a neutral place. Like ever since I was a teenager, I've been going to the forest, and it's been the one place where, like I said, where I can be myself. So almost all of my video works happen somewhere in some country in the forest or in nature. And in this music video, when I heard the track, I saw images in my mind. So I tried to recreate that, but in a very rough manner, because my video works, they're always made with a handheld camera, and usually like a one-person project. And it's also something that I like, the really basic expression, like I like things that are not perfect, that have for me that equals like freedom, that there are mistakes. We are just humans, and for me, it makes no sense to try to make something that just looks perfect. For me, the mistakes and the shaking of the camera and maybe not like top quality, it gives like a nerve to the work, and also like feeling that it's absolutely human, that is not perfect, who has made the work. Yeah, so in that video work, there I used myself as the character, and I felt this desperation for the Amazon, so I wanted to create this ritual that was happening during the video, and are like in a way like honoring the Amazon rainforest, honoring nature, and also showing my suffering and my desperation at the same time. So it starts with a piece of wood, Palo Santo wood, that is that I put fire to. This is a holy wood from the Amazon, and it's used to it creates this really nice scent in the room, and it keeps mosquitoes away. But most of all, it's also used to cleanse bad energies out from an area. And so that's where the ritual starts. And in the light from this burning wood, I was painting patterns on my legs and painted my feet blue. And this was inspired by the huito fruit that is being used in the Amazon to dye different like fabrics, and also the hair, and yeah, also to use to paint symbols on the body. Yeah, and then I was walking barefooted up to the top of the hill and filming it with a small handheld camera, so you can just see the feet that are walking up the hill. And then at the top of the hill, I was like filmed from afar, from the top of a tower that is there. You could just see like this human figure walking into the image, wearing a black dress and starting this wild, crazy dance that also looks, I don't know, it's not a dance from a professional dancer. It's more like an emotional dance. And my favorite image that I think is the strongest image from that video is when this person, I think of it as a person in the video instead of myself, but when this person stands with the back towards the camera, pretty far away, and then bends backwards so that the head is upside down and looking at the camera. That's that movement of the body. For me, I think the human body, the different poses you can move in. For me, seeing a body is moving and is placed within a environment, like it's like dance, like movement. I feel that the body is expressing so much that can be when a person sees the movement, the person, because we are all humans, the person can, in a way, understand some of the emotion that the body is expressing. Yeah, so I made one work in Easter Island where there is a person, and I also used myself that time, but I had a person who held the camera for me, painted in the face, like with the symbols that are old ancient symbols used as war paint by Maori people in the Pacific. And there was a friend of mine there who painted my face like this, and it was really, really strange, because when my face had been painted, it felt like I became another person, like I was carrying a really proud, strong woman, and I just felt like how my back, I straightened my back and held my face like high and my head high, and it felt like a transformation. And so I had this image in my head of how I wanted this video to look like, so we did it in just one take. And this work is called "And Their Faces Will Be Painted." And yeah, as I walked closer and closer to the camera, it was really strange, because when I saw the take afterwards, I could hear, like, in the beginning it was completely silent, and as I came closer and closer to the camera, it started becoming more and more windy, as if there was like a tension in the air, building and building and building. It was very, very special, and the person who was filming, my friend, was also very, very surprised by this very loaded thing that happened there. It's hard to explain, and it was hard to say something else than that it felt like a magic in the air, or that nature was also taking part as a personality, or in the film. Yeah.
So I know that you're an emotional painter, and your work is your response to the different parts of the world you've travelled to, and also your own emotional process. I think that's right. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Where these emotions seem to come from another place, like you talked about your response to flowers as being an emotional response. Can you try to explain that through painting for me, please?
Yeah. I really like your questions, Trina. They are also helping me to force myself to put things in words that I have been. They have been. I know the answers in a way, but I haven't put them out in words, all of these answers, and now it's really interesting to see what's coming as your questions come, and I need to think about how to describe these things. And when it comes to emotional response, I think that those two words are very, very relevant when it comes to me and my work. Throughout my life, I have always felt like very strong emotions and responses to my surroundings. Sometimes in such to such an extent that what happened outside of me felt so strong that I would like step into myself, and I think that was also one of the reasons why going to nature made me feel so free, because then there was nobody pushing their things on me. So yeah, but I felt that when I have been traveling, I could use this like a instrument, because in each place I would go, I would feel how different the mood in this place would be compared to another place. Like there was like a different feeling of the place, and so through my painting project, it has been really interesting to place myself in different environments and listen within, feeling what is happening inside of me when I am in this environment compared to that environment. And painting, I think painting for me has always been a way of understanding my emotions better. I started painting when I was a child and have been doing it ever since. And it's been really important for me then to because it was so hard to describe what this feeling was in words. So I would paint my way towards this feeling, because when I felt that I had touched upon this feeling in the painting, I would be able, because then I could see it, I could put light on it, and I could then understand in a way what was happening inside of me. So that's a big part of when I'm painting. I'm always listening within, feeling how in a way the consciousness is moving as I paint, and how the emotions are also changing, and how the inside of my body feels different. Like I know when I am painting and I feel that I'm really touching upon something, or I feel really connected to nature or the environment, the mood in the area where I am. I know I'm close, because then I can feel this. It's like a kind of like a fire in my stomach. Like I feel power rising inside of me. And it's a very, very a powerful feeling. And then it feels like I am connected to something else, that there is something collaborating with me in a way. And this is what I've been trying to achieve, this kind of contact in nature as well. And through painting, being in a different culture is like, while painting, all the impressions can be sorted, and I can I can put everything in place as I paint, even if I'm painting abstractly. It's like it finds its shelf inside of me. So things stop being a chaotic mess of impressions, but it finds its place. So after painting, it's like feeling some kind of liberation from what I have been carrying, especially if it has been difficult emotions. It's a way of leaving those emotions behind, but they are still present in the work. So capturing the essence of that emotion. I've been also very interested in like essences, like that. my goal, or what I'm hoping for, is that I'm not sure if it's possible that when somebody else looks at the painting, they can sense some of that vibration that was put into the work. So when painting in sort of a collaboration with nature, especially with the pigments, I feel that nature is teaming up with me in a way and showing me these different colors, making me see this color by the road. Use this color. I will help you do your work. Then I feel like also the voice of the nature in a way is also present in the painting, in that it's trying to convey a message beyond words through this vibration that comes in the painting. So these things is something that I'm perceiving like a vague feeling, or I have this feeling that it's this that is happening without putting words on it, but now I'm doing it, and when I put words to it, sometimes it can sound kind of strange, or it can for some people maybe it sounds like, yeah, that's how it is. It's very different from person to person and who I talk to. There is something that has been like I wish that the painting can be like a container that holds knowledge, so that everything that I have learned from a culture in one place and about the nature there, that in a way it's transcribed into this abstract shape language that the body can take in, but the rational mind can't. You can't use the rational mind to understand, but that there is some kind of vibration, letting the body know what this is all about. If this made sense.
I think your internal language is so abstract and personal to you that, yeah, I just think it is interesting finding ways of how to express that. But for me, what really expresses your complexity of feeling and this world that you're describing is the videos. I just think when I see those videos, it speaks to me about all of these things that you're discussing. As the paintings, the fact that they're so raw and they're so fresh is what makes them special. But I just think for the viewer, we are not holding on to all of this richness that is you. But I think the newer paintings that you're doing with colour and with more form, we can hold on to a little bit more of who you are in the work and what you're trying to say. You know, you're giving us a few more clues, whereas I loved your postcard paintings. They were just that was an amazing series. In the abstract expressionism, like, it is really, really hard to it's hard work. I mean, the abstract expressionist like Erin Laurie, how hard she works to get what she gets out. I mean, people think the abstract expressionists don't work so hard because but I think that they have to work the hardest, to understand the emotions, and B, to just try to communicate this invisible emotional world. Whereas I think in my work, it's more, I'm more of a storyteller these days. Although I do like form, and the form speaks beyond the language of image, you know. So the maybe the composition, or you know, that kind of thing. But for me, with the abstract art, I just found it really hard to, you know, I mean, I'm not sure that I'm a highly emotional person. I'm more of like somebody who thinks on many different levels, you know, like, so, you know, I'll be thinking about the universe in 1 minute and how everything's atoms and molecules and connected. And then I'll be thinking, you know, like, and then I'll see something in my dream and then I want to put that in, and then I you know, my life is a journey and I want to communicate that. So it's like there's just so much that I want to communicate, you know, there's just so much that I want to put down there on the canvas. But with the abstract expressionists, you know, it's like that's a language that I am incapable of getting there, because you have to be in touch with those emotions.
I appreciate your honesty, Trina. You know, I always appreciate your honesty. And yeah, first, I want to say, like, I think, or I know, my work is like moving in circles, like as a spiral. So every time I work on a new project, it will have roots to like the layer underneath as an image, like, and I'm now coming back to a painting expression that is kind of linked to what I was working on in the films and also photography that I did before that. So it's like, but in between that time, it has, like, my process has been through the process with the abstract pigment paintings, and then now I'm back to taking in more of the struggle in a way. I've always been so interested in what it means to be human. And what I realized a while back, after having worked with the abstract pigment paintings for several years, was that that project started with this huge curiosity and excitement around the theme of exploration and expeditions. And then I realized, after like 5 years of working on that project, that it was as though I had I had been like hiding away a part of myself in my work, and I think I have been scared to, because in the beginning, when I was around my early 20s, that's when I was in that part of the spiral where I'm coming back to now, and where I was also when I was making the video works. Then I was doing this, I was touching upon those themes in photography, and that led me into depression. And I think that ever since that time, especially the last 5 years, I've been really scared of going back back to that again. And lately I haven't felt completely honest in my work. So that's what I'm trying to go back to now, and also know that I I have learned so much the past 10 years. So I feel that life at this point is teaching me, and I'm also going like deep into the process of doing the same kind of work as you would do in a dieta, but the slow version, and peeling off layers, releasing blockages through conversations and through putting these things into words. This is work that I've been really going deep into together with my boyfriend, actually. Yeah, I've learned so much about yeah, myself and about being a human through that relationship. And yeah, who knows? As I move in spirals, maybe I'm spiraling towards Peru again sometime in the future.
Could you please sum up your Sachaqa experience in 3 words for us? And thank you so much, Elin. You're a champion, you're a star, you're amazing, and I love you.
Yeah, to describe my time at Sachaqa Centro de Arte, I will say that it was a very, very magical experience, and also very challenging. And that's a really good thing about you, because you challenge me a lot, and yeah, something that I also feel like I'm starting to learn more and more is that other people will always have opinions about how I do my work, or how, yeah, yeah. But what I'm learning more and more is to listen, to listen to what I feel is right myself, and trusting in this lifelong project that I'm working on. I feel that all of the different projects that I'm working on is like pieces in a big puzzle, and so that it makes sense to show like photography, films, and paintings of different styles in the same exhibition, that I don't see like my old work as old work in a way, that it's all pieces of the same puzzle, and that one work, for example a video work, offers a way into a painting, and then the painting offers a way into a photograph, and yeah, so it's all entangled in a way. Like a big map that is like my lifelong mission to put all the pieces, to bring in all the pieces and build the whole puzzle, the whole map. Yeah. And yeah, through you I met Erin Laurie, and yeah, like you say, she's a fantastic artist and also a really good friend, and I really, really admire her work. It's amazing, and her energy and person. So that's also one of the things that has really like added to my life. All the fantastic people that I've met through Sachaqa and through you. So I think the last word of the three words to describe Sachaqa is also deep friendship, and yeah, deep friendship, deep meetings between different people. Yeah. Yeah, and then I want to say thank you so much for this interview. It has been a journey in itself. And yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell the story of my work and what I believe in, and how Sachaqa has been for me. I'm always telling people about this amazing residency in the Amazon that they should go to if they feel the call. So I wish you all the best, Trina, and good luck with all your projects, and you rock.
Thank you, Elin, for sharing so much about your process and letting us into your world and struggles as a painter and as an artist, and also your magical travelling experiences, and yeah, just a very special insight into the world of an artist. And if I have challenged you, then I have to say that's wrong of me to have challenged you, to be honest. And art's a process, isn't it? And it's a journey, and there's no right or wrong destination. The paintings that you're creating now have such power, and they have a power that is so very, very special, and I can feel them. I can feel them beyond the. I know that you're adding images of faces or whatever, but it's not that. It's something that the colours and the combination of colour is kind of taking the paintings to an emotional level that is just so fascinating and exciting, and you should be very, very proud of getting them out. And I know it's hard to get to those depths, to get them out in that way. But yeah, I just have to say that you are, you've reached that place that, you know, that is what every artist would, you know, is striving for, you know, to find themselves in the work, to find their language. And it just, you know, you've just matured, you know, you've just matured into that artist. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised at you know, where this new series is going to take you, you know. And I'm really excited to see, you know, to see your work in a show. on Facebook next time, or if you come back to Peru or whatever, you know. So yeah, just it's an honor to meet you, and it's an honor to meet your artwork, and it's an honor to meet your journey, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people listening to this podcast. And yeah, just all of it is special, really. It's all special, it is. But the new work, I can really feel it, Elin. I can feel it in my soul, you know. I can feel it. It's just going, it's singing to me, you know. And it just, yeah, I'm just really excited about them. So I just wanted to share that. I'm really, really excited. So thank you for this podcast. You're amazing. Yes.